this video, we're going to be talking about scoliosis and some positive things you can keep in mind. And I want to emphasize that these positive things that we can keep in mind apply to any medical condition or any social or financial situation that you may find yourself in. So we can take what we learn here and apply it in new ways to new situations. So the first thing is, someone could look at this and say, oh, well, don't you have pain with this condition, or does it limit certain activities that you do? But while that may be the case, we can have a really big appreciation for what we can do. And maybe certain activities we can have modifications, or you could switch your schedule around a little bit, right? So maybe there's a different class you could take at school and you can learn about new subjects that you discover that you really like. So, and otherwise you wouldn't have had those opportunities. So for example, maybe you really enjoy art and you're able to take an art class instead of a different class. And then let's look at the data itself. So in this example, we have two pictures of x-rays. But really anything in life, when you have pieces of data or experiences you've gone through, or this is what was said, this is what was done, here's the outcome, here's activities, here's what I learned, here's what I liked, what I didn't like, here's my evaluations, whatever it is, all of this data, and there's more types of data too, we can use it for, hey, I found a new area of study I want to focus on. So maybe it's healthcare, or hey, I have more things I want to learn about, or hey, these experiences open my eyes. It can be one factor of many that you've had your eyes open to see what other people could be going through because you see what you're going through. And you could end up coming up with more ways you can help other people. So for me, I love making these videos to encourage people. So if there's anyone else out there who needs encouragement for whatever they're going through, that is why I love making these videos. And another thing, so when we're talking about, let's look at these x-rays specifically, okay? So this first one, so I want to remind you, God uses things for your good. And when we look at this first x-ray here, the dove, its little wings it's covering the number of the degrees, but because that's not the focus here. But the little white lines and the little dashed vertical line, that is how they measure the degrees in the curvature, okay? And then in this second picture, again, I'm using the doves as a reminder, of God's love and care and his good plan, but also as little markers to point out things to you, okay? So the little white circles that you see in this picture, so those are actually parts of a brace. And if you look at the silhouette, the little thin white line that matches the body curvature, okay, that is actually the outside of a brace. And then if you look at the little olive branches of the doves, and you see it looks kind of like paper clips, okay, so that's also a part of a brace. And what those clips are is there's actually straps that connect from clip to clip, and they're adjustable, okay? So I've seen that there's a variety of different braces out there, and they're always coming up with new different types of treatments that don't even involve braces. But just using this as a learning example, so for example, in another video, I talked about preparing for doctor appointments, okay? So if you ever have any questions, or if your provider tells you something to do, if there's anything that's unclear or something that's not working, make sure to reach back out to them and they can help you with that. Even if it's something like, I'm not really sure how to do this strap, or, does this thing fit right? Or, I have a question about this or this. So just wanted to encourage you that, to summarize, we're going to focus on what we can do and really appreciate it, and we can modify activities. We're going to focus on the new things we can grow and learn in, and more ways we can help others. And we're expanding our horizons with more areas of study and work and volunteering that we're discovering that maybe we wouldn't have discovered had we not gone through these experiences.